Hey, everybody. Welcome to Technically Correct. I'm your host, Nicole. We're Geeks Who Drink. And here's what's happening. In the first round, our director, AJ, will give us some questions from the Geeks Who Drink archives. We panelists will have 2 minutes to debate and then finally choose an answer for the group. At the end of the 2 minutes, we'll decide on our final answer, and AJ will tell us if we're right. Lather, rinse, repeat. If you're watching this live, we're watching the chat. Please chime in if you have anything witty or interesting to say about the question. But whatever you do, please don't shout out the answers. We can be wrong all by ourselves. Before we get started, let's meet the panel. Getting this out of the way immediately, it's Pio.
Hey, Nicole, I have I have a bit of trivia for you right now. Today
is it about your mom?
No, not yet.
Okay, what's the trivia?
Whole episode of that later. Today is the first day of the year that the sun sets after 5 o'clock here in Seattle. Welcome to the darkness is finally over, people.
Bust out your shorts and your sunscreen.
Our long national nightmare is over.
Yeah, the long darkness is now over. It is now almost not completely dark at 5 o'clock.
I'm glad for you. Also, Pio, your mom has been sending us a lot of messages when you're not on every week. Maybe you should call her more often.
that doesn't make me feel weird or bad or anything at all.
Don't worry, if you don't, we'll call her.
Cool, I'll give you your number.
Cool. All right, we solved it. Joining us from North Carolina, it's Lea.
Hello.
Hey, Lea. Do your parents watch Technically Correct?
No, I think I've tried to get my dad and my stepmom to tune in, but they're not big YouTube persons. So yeah, and also I think this comes at the same time that the PBS NewsHour runs in their time zone. That's usually their excuse.
Well, at least you have your Irish coffee day to keep you warm today.
If only I had the Irish coffee to go along with it.
Yeah, maybe later. There's still
where are the craft services for this show?
I'm also like, we can't exceed the entertainment value of PBS NewsHour.
Like, those are definitely Leah's parents.
Yeah. Okay, now that you mention it, makes sense.
Now you know where it came from.
And from Chicago, it's our youth correspondent, Naaim. Naaim, who's your favorite Technically Correct viewer?
Well, I was on the parents thing. I told my parents that I curse on this show, and they shook their heads at me disapprovingly. So I actually told them one week I want to be like, hey, can everybody just not curse one day so that I can show my parents this show for once? I'm sure it's not going to be today, though.
Fuck no.
Sorry, Naim's parents. You can hang up now.
I love all of our viewers equally.
Oh, I've sent my mom the link to this show multiple times. She's never watched it, and she is a YouTube person. So I'm gonna send her the link to this one, and then she can feel bad. I do have.
You can consider for this hour. You can consider my mom your mom, Nicole.
Thanks.
How about that?
You know what though? I do have one of our most loyal viewers is a Nicole Holliday super fan who follows the things that I do with my career, and he is here every week. So, Philip, thanks for tuning in.
Shout out to Tinvec.
Yeah. All right, our few friends that are here, you've all gotten shouted out, or you will next time. Now, without further ado, AJ, give us our first question.
Our first question of the evening. Nicaragua's money bears the slogan, "En Dios confiamos," Spanish for what familiar phrase?
I've been to Nicaragua, and I went up to a volcano, that active volcano you could get up to the lip on and look down on. Then the only thing higher than that vantage point is this little hill with a giant cross on it, because the locals thought it was the entrance to hell back in the day, and they just left it up. So nearby to that volcano is a freshwater lake that has sharks in it. Yes, freshwater sharks. And you guys can answer the question. I just donated a bunch of horror to the internet. There are, in fact, freshwater sharks.
Lea, si recuerdo bien, hablas español.
Hablo un poquito.
Naaim?
No hablo bueno, no hablo mucho, pero hablo un poquito también.
Oh. Y Pio, ¿hablas español?
I am I am white and American, so I got nothing for you here.
So you
Not
didn't take
even
Spanish in high school? That's-
Colegio?
Nope, no Spanish
Soy
in high
blanca y
school.
americana, pero hablo poquito español.
I
Soy también de Los Ángeles.
That's a special reason.
Sí.
Our producer's saying, stop speaking Spanish. We don't have subtitles.
we can put subtitles on YouTube after the fact, just not
the
live.
Klingon subtitles.
We're
on.
trying to reach out to a bilingual audience.
Expand. Listen, a lot of people speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I know what it means, but if I didn't, I might think it meant we trust the days.
Trust God, right?
We're confident.
Pio
We're
guess.
confident in the days. That's it's not that though.
But it does help because the D is capitalized.
Yeah.
That is true.
Proper nouns.
Wait, we are confident in Sundays.
Yeah. You guys know what I majored in college?
Espanol.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Great, but how many people here have actually spent currency in Nicaragua? I have. I might not
AJ was
have-
like, let's get the Nicole question out of the way first, and then we can ask about movies for the next 9 questions.
might
That's
not
what's gonna
have-
happen.
I may not speak the language, but I help the local economy.
Yeah. All right. Well, then we're on the same nivel. AJ, en Dios confiamos, quiere decir in God we trust.
It is in God we trust.
Yay.
There's your freebie for the night, Nicole.
All right. Everybody, please remember that Nicole got this question right. So that for the next 9 questions that I get wrong, it won't be as embarrassing.
Yeah, I seem to remember you had a perfect game recently, a perfect, technically incorrect game.
It was rough, but it was a
So-
joy to beat Derek, who likes to win.
It's something I haven't done myself, so way to go.
Maybe it's your day.
done.
You're good at Spanish.
Don't jinx it. Well, why are the rest of the questions in Spanish?
AJ, next time, get us some Spanish subtitles on the real questions. Maybe they'll help.
I'll do them on the fly.
Yeah. What do we got next?
The next question is one that's also aimed at you, Nicole. We're just trying to get him out of the way early. Dance fighter Eddie Gordo and Jaguar masked Luchador King are staples of what fighting game series?
This is supposed to be for me because of my age.
I don't know. Usually when I think AJ
Pretty much
is
every
very
time AJ said this
random.
one's for you, Nicole, it
Yeah,
means this one is
so
not
far.
for you, Nicole.
Yeah.
You know what? I have a guess.
I mean, luchador. I mean, this is we're back to Spanish. So, I mean,
Yeah,
tangent.
it's true. It's true.
Tangent.
La
What
Lucha
is your
Libre.
guess? I would like to hear this guess.
Is it Street Fighter?
No,
It's not Street
Okay.
Fighter.
but that's
But
a
at
good
least
guess.
someone knows it.
It's
so-
a
that's
fighting
a good-
game.
so
Yeah, it's a fighting game. It's a good guess.
I
It's a good
feel
guess.
Luchador is
And
Spanish
Street
the way
Street
that
Fighter's all people from across the world. So like that,
Yes, cultural.
they could reasonably be Street Fighter characters.
Yeah.
They're not, but they could be.
Although one could argue that like every fighting game involves characters from all across the world
Well-
and or galaxies.
Well, but like Mortal Kombat is characters from across the world and also the Nether Realm.
Sure. Yes. That's,
So like,
yeah. Who would have thought?
actually,
Well,
I think
if
most
somebody
of
had
the
told me that years ago, I would have been able to tell the difference between the two. I've
The branding is very different.
in fact, I think most of the Earth Realm characters in Mortal Kombat are American. So,
that's true. They do put little flags next to them, don't
and
they?
then the Outworld. That's Street Fighter. They have little flags next
Yeah,
to
a
them.
little fun. Yeah.
Oh,
In Mortal Kombat, it's the humans and the ones from Outworld.
I mean, there's a series of ninjas, right?
All the ninjas are from Outworld, I believe.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't followed the Mortal Kombat universe for quite a while. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
it's none
okay,
of those. All
everybody
those are wrong.
but me knows this.
I don't know it. Don't worry. Yeah, I don't.
I
know
actually
it.
don't remember which one this is because I forget the names of all the other ones except for the two that I know, which are Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. So we're all
one-
relying on Pio at this point.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Are we?
This one is the one by William Shatner. This one's Tekken. Tekken.
Tekken.
Oh.
Yes. I literally Tekken fell out of my
Wow.
mind,
Yeah.
but yeah, that sounds right.
That's a word I've heard before.
Yeah.
Seems like a game. All right. AJ, is Pio correct?
It is Tekken.
Hey! Tekken. Is it better than Street Fighter, Pio? Tekken?
I've actually never played this one, and I don't really like fighting games. I find them boring. I'm also very bad at them. But I have been to like a professional competition and watched people do it, and like it's
I have
funny.
too.
It's funny when they cheer. You're like, why? Why
Yeah.
did everyone cheer for that? They're
Well,
just
like,
fighting each other.
you
But
were-
It was one of
you
those things like I
cheering
never
for-
got.
You were cheering for people doing it?
No, everyone in the room cheered when something happened, and I'm like, what? What happened? It's like when the ball does something cool in one of the sport games, and everyone's like, whoa!
I never, because I am a sports person, but I never understood like watching video games and stuff like that. But a friend of mine was competing in one of those tournaments. He didn't do very well, but I went like to support him and also just to watch the other stuff. And like the atmosphere was really fun. I really enjoyed people like cheering for when they were playing Dragon Ball Fighters. Like Perfect Cell did like a big thing, and I was like, oh, damn, that's sick. Yeah.
Yeah, esports are a growing industry.
Yeah. I never got it until I saw it live. Then I was like, oh, okay. I still don't
Considering
really get
this
it, but I
is-
kind of get it.
This is roughly how I've always felt about football. I can see why. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on Twitter on Sunday night and I was like, something's happening with football. And then I turned on my TV and I was like, ooh, such exciting football. That was it.
Yeah, it's the thing.
It
that,
was
like,
the Chiefs and the Bills.
Mhm.
And I know what happened in that game.
and see,
Yeah,
it-
there was a
that
coin
kind of-
toss and then the Chiefs won.
That kind of thing is why football games should be like 5 minutes long. It's the best part of the game. Just make the game super short, and then we could get on with our lives.
Just fast forward.
Sorry, football fans. AJ, can we have a question that is not about football, please?
Absolutely. BFF and Biz are the friendship and networking versions of what dating app?
Hmm.
To the youth correspondent, who's I don't know.
I have taken all the dating apps off my phone because I never get matches. It's very sad.
But you had dating apps on your phone at some point, which
That
is
is true.
something some of us have never had.
That's
Oh.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Stop reveling
So-
in your privilege.
Well, no, it's because I used to use websites
Yeah.
once upon a time.
Yeah. Leah and I are like maybe like in the website era. Like we're not old enough where we're like,
Meeting people in
What's
person.
the internet?
newspaper or like a stranger in a bar somewhere.
Or didn't they used to have-
Misconnections in the paper. Yeah.
Or they used to have telephone dating services, didn't they?
And video ones.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
get,
old
like,
enough for that.
VHSs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're not old enough for that. But yeah, websites, yeah. If it doesn't have .com at the end of the word, yeah, haven't used it.
Okay, so I am older than Naaim, and I was on okcupid.com
Mhm.
before
Yeah.
I had an iPhone. But then I was on OkCupid, the app. Not as good. However, I did meet the guy that lives in the same house with me in the other room. Not my roommate, but like my romantic
Your
partner.
significant other. Yes.
Yeah, what
That
do you
was a
call
lot
it?
of words to say that.
I mean, you can, whatever you want to call them.
I'm
It's
too
your call.
old to say boyfriend, and we're not married. Okay.
But you've always said partner. I don't know why you like danced
He's a
around it for like
partner.
10 minutes.
The person that I kind of hang out with in a bed at the same time with variable levels of clothing. That person.
Yeah,
is my
that
partner.
that guy. Oh, now I can't have my mom watch this one.
Does she think you're married?
No.
Does you think you're single?
No. She knows she lives here.
She's
I
just
just
gonna be
made it- I
upset
made
that you
it
called him
weird.
that guy.
I made it weird. Anyway, I met him on OkCupid, the app. But this is not that. This is the one where it's supposed to be more for equality because the women have to message first, but then it still
But they
doesn't
never do.
freaking work. Yeah, sorry, Dan. This is Bumble.
It is Bumble. I did see
This, I
a
believe, is-
person's profile on Bumble once, a woman's profile on Bumble once saying, if you're not going to message me first, why are you even on this app?
Someone doesn't read the directions.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is the one that I
Yeah.
had on my phone for the shortest amount of time.
Go back to Tinder, Susan.
So is it just curious, is it bumble.biz or is their website biz.biz? Because it better be biz.biz.
They don't have a website. It's an
Biz is not a separate. Like you download Bumble and then you can go to BFF or Biz or Love. I don't remember what the Love one is.
All right.
It might just be Love.
I mean, they should have a website. You should have dual implementations of your product. Come on. I'm technology guy.
I have considered joining Bumble BFF because I don't have a well-located BFF. I have some BFFs, but they're in other area codes. And I'd like one here. So if you'd like to be my BFF, let me know.
Board games, Nicole. Get into
on.
Board games and board game groups. You'll make a lot of friends.
Is that where my BFF is hiding? Really?
Probably,
to be honest, yes.
And that'll be a great.
I'm saying the board game and the trivia community are like it's a pretty close Venn diagram. So yeah, most likely.
Yeah. All right. I'll consider it. I'll report back. All right, AJ, what do we got next? Where I will not embarrassingly say things about my personal life.
I don't know that that's true. The MLB
Sounds like a hard call.
The MLB played a game at Iowa's Field of Dreams in 2019 between the Yankees and what other AL team?
Game was in 2019.
Like during the pandemic? No, this is right before.
pandemic
No. I don't even know what the years of that are now.
It's been around forever now.
Yeah.
There was
It's
one in
just part of our
2000.
lives.
There was one in 2021, and there was supposed to be one in 2020, but I don't remember there being one in 2019. So now I'm worried that I'm either misremembering or the question is wrong.
It was just the Yankees versus Kevin Costner by himself.
Yeah.
Every position.
Well,
That's all I know about Field of Dreams.
Who played in the 2020 and 2021 ones?
So the 2021 didn't happen. It was supposed to be the Cardinals and the White Sox. No, it was supposed to be I don't remember who it was because they changed it to the Cardinals and the White Sox after the pandemic started because they changed the way the divisions worked for that pandemic shortened season. And the 2021 game was the Yankees and the White Sox. So that would be my answer. But now I'm worried I forgot about a 2019 game.
Why would we
White
have
Sox
a
are going to be in
game
every
there?
one of them then.
No, so because they will do because I think they had an intention for the Cubs to be in one and also like the Twins. Iowa was very weird as far as MLB like blackout rules and rights go. There's like 6 different teams that you can't watch if you have MLB.TV in Iowa. It's very annoying if you are a person who wants to watch baseball in Iowa. That's just
I mean, is it the White Sox because that's the whole Field of Dreams?
Yeah, that
Jackson.
would.
There is that, but I think
to enter that way. Yeah.
Yeah, they like to spread it, but I think the answer's got to be White Sox because that is who played in the 2021 game. But
well, no, because I think Pio, or if not, then I am.
Right.
was going
Yeah.
through the movie. Yeah.
That's what I was asking. What is special
So
about
movie-
this
mhm.
place for what team, right?
Right.
It's the White Sox and Kevin Costner against the Yankees.
Yeah.
With Ray Liotta.
White Sox sounds logical to me.
I think it's got to be the White Sox.
Okay, I guess we're going with the White Sox.
I guess you're right. It's the Chicago White Sox.
They didn't have to travel that far. Iowa's right there.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing is that it was like part of it was that it was kind of a home game for the White Sox. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Which would probably be why, the movie and the field and the team and the Jackson guy.
But I think I'm Shoeless Joe Jackson. I think I may be misremembering, but I think the initial plan of the 2020 game was not with the White Sox. So then the 2021 game, which is what the question is kind of asking about. According to our producer, they announced it was billed in 2019. It was supposed to be in 2020, and then it was in 2021 between the Yankees and the White Sox. Oh my God, I forgot his name. Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson had a big home run. It's a great MLB The Show card, my Tim Anderson shortstop card. It was a good game. The Field of Dreams game was great. I hope they keep doing it. I enjoyed it very much. So.
It's also 2022. Don't you think we deserve a new color of socks by this point?
Well, there's red too.
I know there's black. There's black, red, and white. It's time.
There's not black. Black was a scandal in 1919. There was the Black Sox scandal, which was at the White Sox. That's what about Field of Dreams is about.
Oh, wait, so they got rid of the Black Sox.
There was not a team called the Black Sox. There was
And
a
the
team
Black
called the
Sox
White Sox,
scandal.
and they had a scandal where they bet on themselves to lose the World Series in 1919, and that was
Okay.
called the Black Sox scandal.
I see. All right. So we do deserve a new color of socks.
But also,
Well,
so
I'm gonna-
most teams are like, a lot of teams are named after the color of their socks, and then that name morphed over time. So like there was
The Reds.
the Reds, the Cardinals were also named after their cardinal colored socks, and then later became the Birds. The Baltimore Orioles used to be the St. Louis Browns, and previously the St. Louis Brown Stockings. So it was all colors, and then it transitioned into names of animals in general, just like sports all did.
Well,
Nice.
I'm going to nominate burnt orange because when you slide, if your socks are already
no.
that color, you don't have to wash it out.
That's thinking. You're thinking
Yes,
there. Think
I
of all the
thought
money.
so.
they'll
Fun
save.
fact. That is why baseball players wear white at home and gray on the road, because they didn't have to wash gray as much. So the road equipment manager didn't have to worry as much about it. But at home, they could wear all whites because the home equipment manager could clean the jerseys.
Yeah, audience, look for Naaim's forthcoming book on the history of American baseball.
And come back next week
scandals,
for
the colors.
Naaim's commentary. Are you ready for your next question?
I wrote an essay about this in college.
Please.
Yeah.
Our final question of the technically correct round. Unaware that it's a street term for heroin, Nickelodeon picked what name for a 90s farty goop toy?
Naaim, are
Let's
you
just-
too young for this, and is everyone else too old for this?
I feel like I remember this, but now I'm not remembering
me,
a
though. I
heroin
remember it.
connection.
Yeah, it sounds vaguely familiar, but I think you're right in the target market.
Yeah.
So let's.
Got love for
let's
you
just-
if you were born in the 80s.
Does anyone want to just list as many heroin terms for heroin that they could think of?
I'd like to watch that. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
really know that many.
Snow. No, that's not heroin. That's
That's
cocaine.
Come
You don't even know your drugs.
on. Junk.
I'm very
sad,
straight laced. Mom, you can watch this
Baseball.
episode.
China White. China
There you
White.
go.
Smack. H horse. Did I say that already?
Oh, you stumbled across the right answer.
Oh, did I? I'm not even sure. I
I
just know
Nickelodeon
heroin.
selling that China White.
I just know an intravenous drugs.
Look, all that was very addictive as a show. So
Keenan and Kel.
yeah,
They brought all
Oh.
that back recently.
yeah.
I would inject.
I
Some
think
Kenan
actually, I
and
think
Kel.
Keenan Thompson, executive producer on the new All That.
Good for
All full
him.
circle.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok of somebody jumping on a bed, but you could only see like the top half of their body. So it was like the theme of All That, because like in the intro to All That, it's always like kids kind of jumping this way.
This is all that.
You
Rest in
Oh,
peace,
my-
Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
you really saved this
Aw.
conversation. I thought we were going to start talking about heroin, but look where we wound up. Good for
Yeah,
you.
you had Nick News with Lori Beth Dinberg.
Oh, she was great. She was a serious journalist doing Nick News.
She was fantastic.
Yeah, I
Danny
liked.
Tamborelli.
Ooh, I liked. What would you do? I liked Figure It Out.
Figure It Out was great.
Well,
Yeah.
I was an only
my-
child of a single parent. I watched a lot.
The
of
original
Nickelodeon.
Legend of the Hidden Temple, which
my
Nuts.
era was Double Dare, and you can't do that on television.
Oh yeah.
see, mine was Double
Dare.
Dare 2000. when they rebooted
Oh,
Double Dare
shut up.
for young people.
Technically correct. Sponsored by Nickelodeon and heroin.
Yeah, AJ, it's back.
It's
I
what?
thought it was GAC.
Yak. Oh shit.
Was it not GAC?
Oh, Nicole.
No, I didn't say final answer.
We never say final answer.
But you were bragging so hard at the start of the round. Now I'm coming in with the correct answer of GAC.
Not that
Testing
young.
him.
Not that young.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
You can't
That's
have
what
it
Nicole
both
said the whole
ways.
time. You just
can't
misheard her.
be-
You just misheard her. She was saying, she said, GAC.
I just sneezed. I have
No,
allergies.
you can't. Now, Naim, you can't have it both ways. You can't be not that young and also be making fun of me for watching
I
the
wasn't making
original
fun of-
Double Dare.
I wasn't making fun of you. I was just stating a fact. I watched Double Dare 2000. They rebooted it for millennials. That's not my fault.
Ooh,
Young
I think we need a moment to all recover
enough.
from that Nickelodeon. Take a small ad break. We'll be back. Welcome back to Technically Correct, and specifically to our second round, Technically Incorrect. First, though, remember that you can check out Geeks Who Drink pub quizzes in bars across this great land just about every night, and get a quick hit of trivia on YouTube every weekday around lunchtime. Make sure you subscribe to this channel before you go so you don't miss anything. We also have a whole quiz on Twitch every Monday night, and you can even book us, that's right, us that are here, plus our friends, to do a private event virtually or in person. For details on that stuff, check out geekswhodrink.com. Follow us on the socials. Now it's time for Technically Incorrect. In this round, the panel will still have 2 minutes to answer each question, but no more teamwork. Everyone's in it for themselves. We'll be actively trying to psych each other out, and you should be too. Put your most plausible wrong answers in the chat, and we'll throw them in the mix. At the end of the timer, we'll write down our answers and show them to see who's right, by which I mean we will. You don't need to do that at home. AJ, start us off.
Our first question for the Technically Incorrect round. In Finding Nemo, what pestilent animals can only say, mine?
Pestilential animals.
Pestilent.
Well, maybe it's the like are barnacles animals before they attach to the bottom of boats and stuff? What
Yes,
are they
they
exactly?
are living creatures.
Okay.
Yes, barnacles are living creatures. So
Do
yeah.
they say
Kind of
mine?
barely, though,
They
right?
do.
Well, not all
yes.
living creatures are animals, I believe.
Well, this
Well,
is
it
true.
depends on your definition of creature, right? Like, what's not
I mean-
an animal?
Is a bacteria a creature?
Now we're getting to semantics and not science. But the answer is barnacles.
Ooh, I know
Next
some
question.
semanticists that would beg to differ.
On if a bacteria is a creature?
No, and if semantics is science.
No, I didn't say that. I
Oh.
said
You said that's semantics,
he said
not
it's not
science,
science.
which implies that
Okay.
semantics is not a science.
you're that fair. I meant
They're gonna
more
come
like,
beat you up.
Also, before any semanticists yell at us, the singular is bacterium, and we know that.
Ooh. No, they're not prescriptive. They're not like that. Just don't insult them.
Fair enough.
All right. So I saw Finding Nemo. It's been a minute.
good.
They're under the sea.
Under the sea.
Yeah, that's a different movie. Under the Sea was a different movie.
No, but it takes place in the sea. Except for in
Does.
the beginning, isn't he like in a dentist's office or something?
And most of it. Nemo's in the dentist's office in the whole
Wait.
movie. That's why they have to go to find him.
That's
Oh,
P. Sherman, 42 Wildby Way, Sydney.
Yeah, that's the address.
yeah.
See, the main character's not Nemo because they're finding Nemo.
Well, Nemo's one of them. He's a major character.
He's a
He's
main-
hanging out with Willem
they
Dafoe.
go back and
Yeah.
forth.
It's like waiting for Guffman. Guffman's not the main character. Or is he?
But at least, well, no. Well, it's also never mind. I was going nowhere with that.
Okay, apparently I don't know Finding Nemo that much. Put him up.
I'm on this side this time.
Pigeons, gulls, pelicans, and gulls. That is a point for Pio and Naaim with seagulls.
Oh,
I
could've done
Remember
the same.
birds. I remembered the wrong birds.
Much throughout high school, people would say, Naaim, 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 Naaim.
Oh,
that's-
my.
Yes.
sounds
It wasn't that
horrible.
annoying, actually, because they
Sorry.
didn't like say it a whole lot. It wasn't like annoyingly too much. It was sparse enough that I was like, it's kind of funny.
I
never
haven't
remember
seen.
that for you.
It's been a long time since I've seen Nemo, but I've seen this meme with the birds, and so I just always thought they were pigeons.
Yeah, they are seagulls. Yes.
Mm.
Seagulls.
Also annoying.
Yeah.
Okay. What next, AJ?
Your next question. Mascot Floyd the Duck put on a nose ring and spiked collar for the cotton candy flavor of what gum?
What? What?
Huh?
What just happened here? Huh? What just happened with this with this question?
I wish I got paid in gum. That's all I got.
Trying to figure out why a duck would be the mascot for a
Of a
gum.
gum? What gum is a duck mascot?
I can't think of a gum mascot. Like
yeah.
a gum with a
There's like
mascot?
the Doublemint twins. That's kind of a mascot.
Yeah.
I mean, they're people. Can people be a mascot? Maybe a spokesperson more than a mascot.
Well,
I mean-
Bazooka's got the kid, right?
No. Yeah.
No?
The Bazooka
Yeah.
Joe.
Bazooka
right?
Joe.
Yeah, that's
We're
a
also
mascot.
we also are making the assumption that Floyd is a duck. It is not just like a mafia nickname like Floyd the Duck. I mean, I again, I don't know any.
Now
gum brands.
is Floyd the Duck a New Jersey artifact?
Yeah, I mean, like Floyd the Duck who lived down the shore. Yeah, that Floyd, but not for bubblegum.
But if it is a duck, how is it wearing a nose ring? Like, does that go through part of his
Through its
beak?
Beak, yeah.
That
There's
seems
Bill.
horrible. I hope
Just
this wasn't a real duck because that
Oh.
sounds.
That's so sad.
Cotton candy flavor.
This has got to be the 90s.
Mm.
I know I'm not supposed to be helping you, but good Lord.
I don't approve of this, whatever it is.
These kids these days with their nose rings and their spiky hair.
These ducks,
Well-
this day.
I mean, I'm putting down a really 80s answer because I don't know gum since then.
Me too.
Like, the last time gum was on my radar was like 1985.
Like, did Bubble Tape have a mascot?
I did get really into Orbit when I had Invisalign because I was too lazy to brush my teeth all the time, but I wanted them to feel clean.
Oh.
So I know that gum. All right, what do you got?
The totally wrong. Oh, well, maybe not. Look at that.
Ah,
Bubble Yum, Juicy Fruit, Bubble Yum, and Bubble Yum. Juicy Fruit was the wrong answer. Bubble Yum was
Bubble Yum.
correct.
Total guess.
Holy cow. I don't even know where I
I
just pulled
forgot
that out
about
of my
Bubble Yum,
ass.
to be honest. Yeah, I don't even remember
Yeah.
it.
The only
Floyd
thing
the
I remember,
Duck?
like, I don't think I even remembered that this brand existed until just now. And then I'm like, did I make this up? Is this the right name? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't think any of like those like gums that you would get in like treat bags like Juicy Fruit or Double Mint. They were just text, colors and
Yeah.
text.
No, of course. It's just like, I don't know.
yes, our
So-
producer has sent a link with a photo, and indeed, I now remember this punk duck.
I still don't remember him, but I feel
Yeah.
really bad for him and where his nose ring is. My goodness.
But there is nothing more punk rock than Bubble Yum, cotton
There's-
candy flavored bubble.
There's
gum.
nothing more punk rock than a nose ring that goes
Yeah,
through both of your clogs,
It's like
both of your nostrils.
here.
Also,
So you have to breathe through your mouth, which apparently is filled with gum.
what's punk rock about cotton candy flavor? I'm so confused.
Oh, here's a quote from the manufacturer. The brand's longtime mascot is the free-spirited, pierced punk rock duck who isn't afraid to stand out. That sounds like his Housewives intro bio. I'm not
there's
afraid, I'm punk rock duck. I'm not afraid to stand out.
and again, there's nothing more punk rock than being the mascot of a brand.
Unless you're pretty, that is punk rock. Yes. Shout
Let's
out to
get far
Philly.
away from this question, please.
AJ, Pio wants to move on.
Our next question. In the fashion world, leg of mutton, tulip, raglan, and idiot are all types of what?
Insults.
Leg of mutton.
Naaim, you're such a leg of mutton. You're no tulip, but you're definitely a leg of mutton.
The fuck is a
Isn't leg of mutton what's on Pio's face?
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
The
that
chop
was
of it, yeah.
mean.
No, that wasn't mean. Like mutton chops, leg of mutton. That wasn't like wasn't supposed to be mean. Chop of
and-
mutton, leg of mutton. I feel like it's pretty close.
Are you saying my face looks like a slaughtered lamb? Are you saying this to Floyd the Duck?
I think the
What
answer,
accent are you
Nose ring
doing?
for the duck.
I think the answer is Project Runway contestant.
Competitor on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh man. Oh, an idiot. I like idiot. All that. An idiot. I mean, just think of what it could be types of. Type of hat.
An
I want
idiot
an
hat.
idiot hat.
Are they like dresses? Because they're
Types.
kind of like shapes. That seems right.
Idiot shaped.
Yeah,
Right?
I like anything that's coming to mind. I can't think of what the idiot type would be.
It's like,
Idiot shoes.
oh, I'm going to the Met Gala in an idiot dress. Yeah. Basically. Mm.
I mean, actually, if you were going to have that, the Met Gala would be the place to wear it because the fashion is interesting there.
Oh, I just had a thought. What if idiot isn't an English word? What if it's like idiot? What if it's a French word?
I think it's still
Anybody
idiot.
speak
in
French?
I think idiot is still French
It's
for
still-
idiot. Could be wrong.
But it sounds better in French.
Sounds a little classier. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything's on classier in French, right?
Pretty much.
Okay, team,
Mm.
put them up.
Sure.
Oh, that's points for everybody but Naaim once again with sleeves.
The
All I
only
know
one that
is-
I knew was Raglan.
Yeah, me too. That's how I knew it.
I knew I'd heard the word, and I was like, where have I heard the word?
Actually, it was mutton and tulip that came together for me. Raglan, I only know T-shirts. I still don't know what an idiot sleeve is, though.
No, the leg of mutton is the really big one. I think it gets like thinner as it goes down. Very unflattering.
Like
Yeah.
a leg of mutton. Ah, makes sense.
No,
It's
yeah,
all coming
Mhm.
together.
so name.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like there's been a lot of fashion in this round because there was that punk doc and
hmm
The baseball
Um,
uniforms was last round, so that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if Punk Duck prefers Raglan or idiot sleeves.
They
doesn't
don't
have
have
arms.
arms.
According to a
Sweet.
quick
Wear
Google
sleeves.
search, idiot sleeves are like those big puffy, like old timey sleeves.
Oh, they look dumb, huh?
Yeah. Apparently, they were also called imbecile sleeves. So
Oh.
they knew at the time. It wasn't like the word
Oh.
changed.
And they did it. And also, like sleeves, I think are a transparent naming system because, like, have you ever seen one that's like cold shoulder
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
and it's a long sleeve, but the shoulder's cut out?
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, there's truth in advertising.
Mhm.
Thumbs it. AJ, can you keep our shoulders warm with one more question? That didn't work.
Not in the least, Nicole. But this is a good chance for Naaim to try and catch up. The Triple Frontier is the point Brazil and Argentina's borders converge with those of what neighbor?
Geography question. Naaim's specialty.
There was a movie with this name that I presume was about this area, but I did not see this movie.
Wasn't Oscar
on Netflix.
Isaac in it?
It's on Netflix, which means I can't own the Blu-ray. So why would I have seen it?
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Now, I haven't been here, but I have been to a different triple frontier, and that was the Golden Triangle region up in Thailand, Vietnam, and Laos. I was not smuggling opium. Just if
Good job.
anyone's watching, that
None of
wasn't
that gack.
happening. None of that gack was coming through in my luggage. Just, what's the statute of limitations? It's been longer than 7 years. It's probably fine. But I haven't actually been to South America at all.
I have been to all three of these places.
So you know the answer. What is it again?
Maybe it's Chile.
Right. Because that's on
That's
the right
over
side.
there.
That's on the right side of the
Nicole, who has no poker face at all.
This is very hard for me.
I think Triple Frontier sounds like the worst airline ever.
sounds like a candy bar.
So
the Triple Frontier,
whatever you
please.
take to get to the Triple Frontier, don't fly Triple Frontier.
I had to tell a bunch of current college students about what TWA was yesterday. And I was like, I don't know what it stood for, but it was an airline.
Transworld Airlines.
Trans World.
Thanks, people. It didn't matter.
They were
didn't
headquartered
care.
in St. Louis.
They loved that question better than this question. What does TWA stand for?
All right. Put them up.
My marker stopped working.
Damn it. I
Wrong way,
always get
wrong
them
way.
confused.
Can you see
I
it?
know.
I actually
I-
can see that, Naaim, and that's points for 3 of you with Paraguay.
I should have really committed to Uruguay, and I might have been able to convince you guys.
Well, actually, if you had, then I would have changed my answer because I
Yeah.
knew it was one of them, but not
Yeah.
which one.
Yeah, me too. I guessed. I knew it was one of the gays.
Honestly,
What
I
are
just
the
couldn't remember
guys?
any other South American country off the top of my head. So I was like, oh, Paraguay.
So there was this thing called the Guerra de la Triple Alianza, which is how Paraguay became the landlocked and also had its ass handed to it in like the mid 19th century because they thought they were going to go up against the Triple Alliance, the Triple Alianza of Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. And then they didn't have any border after that because they lost a lot. So
Was that before or after all the Nazis moved there?
before, because it was the 19th century. The Nazis came fleeing persecution in Europe. Yeah, there are Nazis in South America.
Fleeing?
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Fleeing?
Sorry,
Yeah.
when you said fleeing persecution, I thought that like, oh, they're no, they were literally fleeing.
It's
judicial
like the
persecution.
it's like the TikTok sound with the guy running away from the consequences of his actions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nicole, I
So-
thought you were siding with the Nazis a little on there. It's like they were being the Nazis were being oppressed in Europe, and
No, they were being. Oh, I'm sorry.
So they,
Prosecution.
I was about. That's what I was about to say. They were explaining persecution.
I was like,
Explain
why aren't they
prosecution.
understanding me? Okay.
So the Rams used to play at the TWA Dome, see, and
My bad, guys. I know the difference between vowels.
are you sure?
The persecution of the Nazis. I'm always very curious what the title.
I'm
of the
looking
episode will
forward
be.
to that new season of Law and Order where the persecutors go after the defendants.
It's like Law
I
and
was
Order.
also thinking
Warhammer
about Law and Order.
40,000.
Dum dum.
Dump.
Dum, dum.
Yeah, our producer has helpfully put in the chat. I'm not on the side of the Nazis. You've seen me.
We would like to make it the official position of technically correct that we are anti-Nazi.
All of
No
us,
Nazis.
yes.
All of us are anti-Nazi, just to be clear.
Yeah. They were fleeing prosecution. AJ, please give me a question that I can't fuck up.
I can't promise that, but it is our last question of the evening. According to Macbeth, nose painting, sleep, and urine are 3 things brought on by what?
I was about to say
Those things are
insomnia. And I was like,
heroin.
well, sleep can't be brought up by insomnia.
Sleep and urine. Is it all of those things at once or just separately? Is the question.
I have questions about this nose painting, like your own nose, like a desire to go have your face painted at a county fair. Like what is
It's
nose
It's probably about prostitution, which is not the same as persecution or prosecution.
That's a different thing.
I feel like if I actually answered your question here, it would give it away. So I'm not going to.
That might have helped.
Wait, did I just give it away?
Give it away now.
It's probably Shakespeare being cheeky, right? Like all the words he made up.
Yeah.
Well, like clowning would actually fit into the whole Shakespeare thing. And Macbeth isn't, not a big clowning play. It's really short and obviously tragedy, but there must have been some in there because he kind of snuck it into everything. So, you combine the clown makeup and, they probably slept occasionally and they were supposed to be, jester-like. So I'm sure there were a lot of pee jokes because that's very Shakespeare too.
Aren't we supposed to not say the name of this play? Aren't we all like cursed now or something?
Scottish play?
Are you in a theater?
Yeah, you have to be in a theater.
We are performing right
wife.
now. This is a performance, so I
This
don't
is
know.
a studio,
Just to be safe.
not a theater. We're safe, unless you're actually in a theater at the time.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually have, this is a set that looks like an unmade bed and a bunch of decans of serum as zero sugar.
Yeah, you're actually on Broadway right now. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. All right. I don't know, but this will be fun.
Ghosts tomorrow, drinking or drunkenness, and is that a B or a D at the start of yours there?
Booze.
Booze. That's a point for Lea and Pio with drinking,
Yay.
alcohol, etc.
See, now I believe there is a nose painting. Is it like you drink and your nose gets red? Although it is. Well, no, I think I've heard there's also a belief that it means having sex.
Oh.
I don't know.
Nose
but
is the penis, and whatever.
Oh, I thought we were saying Shakespeare goes down, unlike Batman.
Unlike Batman.
Oh God.
Well, Shakespeare could have meant either one.
Yeah,
But for sure he meant he at least meant that you drink your nose turns red. So he liked the double entendre.
Yeah,
so
he was
could
a
have meant the
vulgar
other thing
boy.
too.
He was a vulgar boy.
Yeah. Well, to end on that classy note, that's all our questions. But we have one thing for you to vote on after all. The winner of the show. AJ's going to pop up a poll and you can choose the panelists who you thought did the best job tonight. Not necessarily the best job pronouncing words, but use whatever criteria you want.
Yeah.
Professional word pronouncer Nicole Holliday.
You might want to vote for someone who isn't on the side, who doesn't think the Nazis were fleeing persecution. You might want to not want to vote for that person.
For the Nazis.
They were fleeing prostitution.
They were fleeing prostitution. That was the Pilgrims.
But before that, there is somebody who got the most questions right. AJ, who got the highest number of points during the technically incorrect round?
Was it me?
Not you, Naaim.
Shocked.
Nicole, it also wasn't you. Tonight, our winner of the technically incorrect round was Jon Pio.
I'm going to go get my nose painted.
Yeah.
I think the rest of us have been doing it all hour.
Yeah. That's why we got worse and not better.
My Bartles and James getting my nose
Once again, I drink Sierra Mist, zero sugar.
Hardcore. Don't worry, I had a beer, but before this beer, I had probiotic beverage.
So I actually watched Hamlet recently, not the Denzel Washington one though. That I hear that's really good. That's Macbeth. No, yeah, Macbeth. Yeah, Macbeth. The one I watched was a really old one. It's on YouTube with Ian McKellen. That's the one I watched in high school. And Dame Judi Dench. And I believe this line about nose painting was the porter, who was played by Ian McDiarmid, who was the Emperor in
the
Star
Emperor
Wars.
Palpatine.
It was Emperor Palpatine. It's a
Darth Sidious himself.
Yeah, it's a
great cast.
It's a crazy cast. It's really old.
I remember watching that in like 10th grade, which was, somewhere between 3 and 15 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, and we are not sponsored by that by the London theater company.
It was 12 years ago. 13 years ago.
You can keep on voting, but there you go. We're going to find out who the winner of the popularity contest is right after one little break. Let's do. Okay, audience, remember the fun doesn't stop when we reveal our winner. You can see everything else we're up to at geekswhodrink.com and or by following us on the socials, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, the gram, and here on YouTube. Like us, subscribe us, you know what to do. Without further ado, AJ, who is our winner?
Just waiting for YouTube to tell me who the winner is. The poll always takes
YouTube,
a moment
who's the
to
winner?
wrap
YouTube,
up.
tell us.
We're all winners.
There we go. Our winner tonight with 40% of the total vote is Pio.
Persecuted.
Pio is
Voted
a
for
prostituted
you.
minority.
I voted for you.
Oh, thank you. I'm just
Against
worried.
my
Like,
own
I just like I don't know if my mom is like recruiting other family members to come and vote for me. I'm gonna feel bad if that happens.
It was
Oh.
rigged.
Well, if they stick around and watch the show, they can vote for whoever they want.
That's
True.
true.
Yeah.
We invite
Yeah.
you to do that. Come vote for Pio, even when he's not on.
Yeah, you
Just,
don't
you
have to
know,
vote for
fun.
me, Aunt Josie. It's fine. just watch the show.
Aw. Well, thanks for watching as always. Make sure you come back next week to see if Pio is still technically correct.
Technically correct, together forever, yeah. Technically correct, alive and forever, yeah. Technically correct, birds of a feather, and I got a new obsession with you. Technically correct with you.
Technically Correct was filmed in front of a live internet audience.